the instructions as we go through. So thanks for joining me. Hope your week is going well so far. And just to share a little bit about intentions, since it is still the beginning of the year, I'm going to encourage you to set those goals, set those intentions, or maybe find a word that you want to take into this year that will be your word of the year, something you can focus on. When we have a focus, a goal, it gives us more purpose in life, it gives us a direction. So it can be really helpful as we move through 2023. Couple of ideas. Joy can be your word. Worthy. That's just a couple, but there's lots of other words. Whatever you want to bring into your life, something that might be smaller in your life that you want bigger, something that you want to work on internally, mentally, emotionally, whatever it is, try to set that for yourself. Write it down. It's really helpful when we put it on paper and say it out loud. So hopefully you can come up with something for yourself. And I'd love to hear it if you want to share after class or next class. And that way we can hold each other accountable and encourage each other, ask about what that word is and how the goals are going throughout the year. So today we are going to focus on reset and realign and working on our foundation this month so that we can be nice and stable and strong. And that way we prevent injuries as we move into our more advanced poses. Always listen to your body though. If it's not comfortable, come out of the pose, take a different variation. And of course, I'll always give those variations throughout class. So as we get started, let's palms face up on your legs, roll shoulders back and down. And as you extend tall through the spine, we'll bring the chin down slightly so it's parallel to the mat. With eyes closed, we'll take a couple of deep breaths in, breathing completely into the body. As we exhale, relax some of the tension at the edge of the body. Nice deep inhale, breathing into every cell of the body. Exhaling, letting go, releasing thoughts from your day. One more big breath here. If you'd like to set an intention for your practice today, feel free to do so. We'll work with Nadi Shodhana Pranayama. So if you're not familiar, you can open your eyes. I'll mirror you here. So you'll use your right hand, lowering the first two fingers down. Use your ring finger and thumb finger. So we're going to alternate back and forth, closing off one nostril and then the other. So let's start with closing off our left nostril with the ring finger and inhale through the right. Close the right with your thumb and exhale through the left. Inhale through the left. Close with the ring finger, exhale right. That's one round. Inhale through the right. Close with the thumb, exhale left. Inhale through the left. Close with the ring finger, exhale right. We'll continue on going at your own breath speed, just alternating back and forth. And if you get off, that's okay. Just do the best you can. Nice full inhales and long, complete exhales. With the complexity of this breath, it helps us to really become present to our breath and our practice. Alternating back and forth helps to balance out both hemispheres of the brain, analytical and creative. And as we breathe deeply, we're encouraging the body to move into that rest and digest state, moving out of the fight or flight mode. Let's move through this one more round. Lowering the hand back to the leg. With eyes closed, we'll just take a moment to focus in and see any shifts or changes from our Nadi Shodhana Pranayama, alternate nostril breaths. It's a great breath to use throughout your day if you're feeling unbalanced or overwhelmed. Really helps to ground the energy and balance the brain. With eyes open, let's sweep the arms out and up, palms touch at the top. Exhale, lower fingertips to mat, chin to chest. Inhale to lift, your option to gaze up as we bring palms together. Exhale, slowly lower fingertips to mat, chin to chest. One more, inhale. Exhale. Bringing hands to the knees, we'll take a cat and cow seated. So let's inhale to lift the heart, press the shoulders back. Your option to lift the chin. Exhale, bring shoulders forward, round the back. Option to lower chin to chest. Inhale, lift the heart, press the shoulders back with the option to lift the chin. Exhale, shoulders forward, rounding back, chin to chest. Three more. As we inhale, we're opening up. Exhaling to round the back, giving the back a stretch here. Inhale, open, lift. Exhale, rounding, stretching. Last one. Nice full inhale. And long, slow, complete exhale. And bringing it center. Let's move any props you're using out from underneath us. Bringing the feet forward, we're going to come into our boat pose. So that option to bring hands behind you or by your sides, fingertips facing forward for a little more support. And we'll shift back so that most of the weight is on the sit bones, maybe lifting the feet an inch or two, or just coming to the heels. If you're ready to lift the heels, feel free to try bringing shins parallel to the mat. Another option for the hands is to bring hands behind the knees or release the arms out to your sides to see what works. Lift through the heart, extend the spine, press shoulders back and down as much as you can. These full breaths here, in and out through the nose. And our more strengthening poses, sometimes we tend to hold the breath, so let's keep it fluid, in and out. Slowly lowering feet. Let's bring the knees wide, hands to the feet as we come into bound angle pose. You're welcome to bring the feet closer as we lift through the heart, extend the spine. The option to bring hands behind you. This is especially helpful if you tend to round the back a lot or if bringing hands to the feet isn't comfortable. And as we hold, knees press toward the earth, and your option to hinge forward, keeping a nice straight spine. Full breaths in and out. And slowly lifting. Just bring knees together. Release the feet over to one side and come into a tabletop pose, finding wrists underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips. We'll extend the left leg back parallel to the mat and check in with the hip. If it lifted, go ahead and lower it down so it's aligned with the right. Engage the abdominals. Activate the lifted leg. And your option to extend the right arm forward. And we're going to work dynamically here. So whether you have the hand lifted or on the mat, we'll exhale to squeeze the knee toward the chest. If arms extended, elbow comes to knee. Inhale, reach the leg out, arm as well if you're using it. Exhale, squeeze knee to chest, elbow to knee. Inhale, extend. Exhale to squeeze. Inhale, extend. Two more. We'll slowly lower hand and knee down. Let's find some hip circles here. shifting hips to the right and then all the way back toward the heels. Bring them left and center. If you'd like to make the circle a little bigger, shift over further to the right and back, and then left and center. If it's too much for the spine, make the circle smaller, or you can just come all the way with hips to heels for Bhattasana. One more circle to the right, and then we'll switch, shifting hips left and back, then right and center. Shift them left and back, right and center. Last one. And bringing it to a tabletop pose, we'll extend the right leg back parallel to the mat, engage the abdominals. Your option to take the left arm forward. As we exhale, squeeze knee to chest, elbow to knee if the arm is lifted. Inhale, extend out. Exhale to squeeze. Inhale, extend. Exhale, squeeze. Inhale, extend. Last one. Slowly lowering hand and knee. Let's sit hips all the way back toward the heels. Your option to widen the knees here. As we walk the hands forward, you can place the block underneath the forehead, or if it's comfortable, forehead to mat. Taking a few breaths down the spine, really visualizing the air moving all the way to the tailbone and back up through the spine, all the way to the top of the head. And slowly lifting, let's move any props you're using, bringing knees back to hip distance. Let's tuck the toes and send the tailbone tall, downward facing dog. Feel free to pedal the heels. And you don't have to straighten the legs all the way in downward facing dog. It's really important to listen to your hamstrings and your lower back. And just go to where it feels right for your body. With fingertips spread wide, let's make sure we're pressing down through fingertips, knuckles, and the palms. Head and neck are released, so we're gazing back toward the ankles, not down toward the mat. And we'll bend both knees down as far as we can before we touch the mat. So just kind of hovering over the mat, and then lift the tailbone tall. On an inhale, lower the knees as close to the mat as you can, and then straighten the legs up again. Inhale to lower, exhale to lift. One more inhale, exhale. Let's lower the knees to the mat and find blocks if you'd like to use them for our transition from three-legged dog to lunge pose. If you're not familiar, you can take a look at my pose first. So hands will come on the blocks if you're using them, tailbone lifted again. We'll inhale to send the right heel back and up. As we exhale, we squeeze the knee toward the chest and step the foot as far forward as we can. And then inhale, heel back and up, three-legged dog. Exhale, squeeze knee to chest and place the foot as far forward as you can. Three more. Inhale to lift the heel back and up. Exhale, forward to lunge pose. Inhale, lift. Exhale, really squeeze knee to chest, round the back here, foot forward. Last one. Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, lunge pose. We'll hang out and lunge, knee over the ankle. So adjusting if needed, sliding that foot forward, lowering the hips, and your option to bring the back knee to the mat and untuck the toes. As we hold lunge, we're extending through the spine, lifting slightly off that front leg, maybe even coming to a different side of the blocks if you're using them. You can also keep fingertips on the mat or just kind of hover them over the mat. See what works. And breathe, pressing right foot firmly into the mat, with the heel and ball of the foot, lifting toes if you're gripping. Press through the back heel if the knee is lifted, engage the quad. Find a slight inner rotation with the leg. Pull belly button in and up and reach the top of the head away from the tailbone. One more full breath here. Let's move any props you're using. With hands on the mat, we'll send the right foot back to a plank pose. Holding here for 3 breaths, your option to lower the knees. We're going to try to keep a straight line from shoulders to knees or shoulders to heels. Make sure abdominals are engaged. We're gazing straight down, pressing through fingertips and knuckles. On your 3rd breath, slowly lower, bending elbows close to the body as you come to the mat. Inhale, lift the heart using your back muscles. So don't use your arms here, but use back muscles to hold you up. As we exhale, downward facing dog, you can transition through tabletop and then lift the tailbone. Pedal out the heels. Maybe shake the head yes and no. And if you'd like to use blocks again for our 3-legged dog lunge dynamic pose, lower knees and bring hands to your blocks. Lifting tailbone again. We'll inhale, left heel back and up. Exhale, squeeze the knee toward the chest and step the foot as far forward as you can. Inhale, lift the heel back and up. Exhale, squeeze and step forward. Inhale to lift. Exhale, squeeze. So it doesn't have to come all the way forward. You're working even if you're getting just halfway there. Inhale, lift the heel back and up. Exhale, forward. Inhale, back and up. Last one. Exhale, step it forward and hold here, adjusting if needed. So knee is over the ankle, lower hips, press through the back heel with the option to bring knee to mat. Extend through the spine, or you can come to fingertips or change the side of the blocks you're using. Actively press the left foot into the mat, heel and pull the foot. Relax the shoulders, pull the belly button in and up. Finding that inner rotation with the right leg. Nice full breaths. Moving any blocks we're using, we'll bring the palms flat and inhale, left foot back to plank pose. Holding for 3 breaths, your option to bring knees to the mat. As we press down with fingertips and knuckles, we're taking some of that weight off the wrists. On your 3rd exhale, bend elbows close to the body, slowly lowering to the mat. Inhale, lift with your back muscles. Upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Tailbone lifted tall. We'll inhale, right heel back and up. Exhale, step the foot forward for lunge pose. We'll pull it forward if needed, so knees over the ankle. Back heel to the mat for warrior 1. Step the back foot forward a few inches, angle the back toes up toward the top left corner, and line up the heels. So they're in one straight line here. On our inhale, sweep the arms out and up. Exhale, bend into the front knee. We'll hold here for just about 3 or 4 breaths, finding that alignment, left hip pulling forward so both hips are squared to the front of our mat, pressing down with the heels and balls of the feet, relaxing through the shoulders, option to come to cactus pose with our elbows at 90-degree angles. Or for more relaxed shoulders, hands to the heart. Last breath here. On an inhale, let's straighten the front leg. Exhale, halfway forward fold. Arms can come to a T as we find a flat back. For more support, maybe hands lower to your leg or to blocks. Let's pull the left hip forward a little bit more. Press down with the back heel. And then bend the front knee and fold it all the way down if that feels good. If it doesn't feel comfortable, come back to that flat back. Let's bend into the front knee, move any props you're using. Pivot on your back toes to find lunge pose. Inhale, right foot back to plank. Holding here for 3 breaths with that option to bring knees to the mat. Make sure belly button's pulled in and up, zippering up the abdominals. Press down with the fingertips and knuckles. On your third exhale, chaturanga, slowly lowering down. Inhale, lift the heart using back muscles. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, left heel back and up. Exhale, forward to your lunge pose. Pull the foot forward if needed, so knees over the ankle, hips are low, and bring back heel to the mat, adjusting so the toes are angling up toward the top right corner. Remember, usually that foot needs to come forward a few inches. Heels are aligned. When you're ready, inhale to sweep the arms out and up. Exhale, nice deep bend into the front knee. Right hip's pulling forward. So adjust a little bit more if needed. Relax through the shoulders. Find a gazing point. Press down with the heels and the balls of the feet. Nice solid foundation here. Lifting toes if you're gripping the mat. Remember the option to change up the arms. On our next inhale, we'll straighten the front leg. Exhale, halfway forward fold, arms to a T. But remember, if you need it, hands to leg or props for more support. We're extending through the spine, top of the head, reaching away from the tailbone as if somebody's pulling a string from the top of our head. Right hip still pulling forward, back heel pressing down. If it feels good to the back, bend the knee and round down. Moving any props you may be using. With palms on the mat, let's pivot on the back toes for lunge pose. Inhale, left foot back to plank, holding for 3 breaths. That option to use knees. On your third exhale, chaturanga, bending elbows close to the body. Inhale, lift the heart using your back muscles. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, right heel back and up. Exhale, forward to your lunge pose. Lowering the back heel to the mat. Let's line up the front heel with the back arch of the foot. So back toes are angled out to the side of your mat this time. On our inhale, left arm windmills up and over. You're welcome to use a hand to assist as you lift up. Nice deep bend into that front knee again. Left hip is opening up, so hips are squared to the left side of our mat. Shoulders relaxed. We'll gaze over the right fingertips. If that's not comfortable, gaze over to the left side. Let's press down with the heels, the balls of the feet, making an impression on our mat. We solidify our foundation. Lowering hands down behind us, let's interlace the fingers, straighten the arms. And if your arms are not quite straightening, we'll grab a strap. And as we hold, you can either keep the front knee bent or straighten and bend. So see what works for your body. If you're working on strengthening here, let's keep that knee bent. Maybe some flexibility in the hamstrings and hips. Bend and straighten. And we'll straighten the front knee all the way and then pivot the front toes over to the left side. So both feet are facing the left side of your mat. We'll bend the knees and fold all the way forward. Bend the knees as much as you need to as you come down, and then we'll lift the arms overhead. So either using your strap in between the hands or interlacing the fingers. And a couple of variations here. Hands can lower for more support, so pressing them into the floor, mat, or even on blocks. This will help support the spine if needed. And if you want to go deeper, maybe straighten the legs. That feels good to your back and hamstrings. Releasing hands to the mat. Let's bend into both knees. Walk the hands over to the right foot, pivoting into a lunge pose. And then inhale, right foot back to plank. Hang out here for 3 breaths. On your third exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, cobra or up dog. In our up dog, we straighten the arms and lift the legs, only if your body's ready for that. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, left heel back and up. Exhale, forward to your lunge pose. So let's pull it all the way forward. So knees over the ankle, lower back heel to the mat. When you're ready, right arm's going to windmill up and over. Feel free to use that other hand to assist. With arms to a T, we're bending into the front knee and pulling the right hip back. So we gaze over the left fingertips or slightly over to the right side. Shoulders are relaxed, breath steady. And nice strong foundation pressing down through the heels and the balls of the feet. Lowering hands down behind us, let's interlace and straighten the arms, or you can reach for your strap again. Remember, if you want to work with strengthening, keep the front knee bent. If you need to straighten and bend for a little flexibility, go ahead and do so. Let's see what works on this left side. We'll straighten the left leg all the way. Point the left toes over to the side of your mat so toes are facing the same direction now. Bend the knees and fold forward, lifting the arms, relaxing the head and neck. And that option to bring hands down for more support, maybe onto the mat or your blocks. For a deeper stretch, you can try straightening the legs. Releasing hands down with knees bent. Walk the hands to the left foot. Pivot forward to your lunge pose again. Inhale, left foot back to plank. Holding for 3 breaths. That option to lower knees. Remember to press down through your fingertips and knuckles. Engage the abdominals. On your third exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Slowly walk the feet forward, finding Uttanasana. Forward fold. So remember, knees can bend. And we'll grab elbows, shifting left and right. Releasing elbows, heel toe the feet a little wider than hip distance. And if you want to place a prop slightly behind you, so when we lower down and into our squat pose, you can sit on that block. lowering down. Arms can come forward to assist with balance. And as you lift the heart, straighten up the spine. If it's comfortable, hands to your heart. Maybe you can lower hands down and bring elbows to the insides of the knees. So these are all little stopping points. So arms can stay forward, hands can stay at the heart, elbows low, or maybe bring hands further down and elbows to the insides of the knees. So that block is just optional. If it feels comfortable to lower a little low, a little closer to your mat, you're welcome to do that. I like to shift side to side. I feel like it gets a little deeper into my hips. If you want to try that, feel free to do so. Remember to keep extending through the spine. So if your back is really rounding here, to extend, we're going to press the heart forward and lift through the top of the head. We'll release hands down, slowly lift the tailbone, heel toe the feet back to hip distance. With knees bent, we're going to round the back up nice and slowly here. The shoulders press back and down at the top. All right, so we're going to take arms wide. Take an inhale. Exhale, left arm over right. Grab the shoulders, walk the hands back. And as we hold here, you're welcome to lower chin to the chest if that works for the back of your neck. Taking a few breaths into the upper back, that space between the shoulder blades, maybe even into the upper spine. As we take a few more breaths, you're welcome to lift the hands, coming into eagle arms. On an inhale, open the arms, lift the heart. Exhale, right arm over left. Grab shoulders again, walk the hands back. And as we hold, your option to lower chin to the chest. Bringing the breath into the upper spine, space between the shoulder blades, whatever other area that you're needing to bring spaciousness into. For a few more breaths, your option to lift the hands for full eagle arms. On our next inhale, let's open the arms, lift the heart. Exhale, slowly relax the arms. And we're going to find our balancing poses here now. So if you want, you can step off your mat or come close to a wall. We're going to shift the weight into our left foot with the toes facing straight forward. Arms will come out to a T. And slowly lift the right knee. Take ankle to your opposite knee and then sit back into a little half chair. We're going to lift up again, bringing the right knee tall, and then ankle to knee, sitting slightly back. It doesn't have to be very far. So let's inhale to lift the right knee, exhale that half chair pose. Inhale to lift, exhale lower, inhale lift, exhale lower. One more, inhale, exhale. And as we lift up, we're going to lower the right ankle down in front of the left. So we have crossed ankles. Take hands to your legs and slowly slide them down the legs. You can bend the knees as you come forward. So listen into the back. And then even bringing hands to blocks is an option. You can also bring hands all the way down to the mat if that works for you. And as we come down, back can be rounded. But for more support, straighten up the spine. Let's take the hands over to the right side, bringing that stretch a little deeper into the left hand. And follow your breath all the way into the left hip. Really visualizing that spaciousness, that stretch. Bring hand center, uncross the ankles, and switch to the other side. So left over right. Bend the knees, round the back, or keep that straight spine. See what works on this side. No judgment, just honoring your body, working with it where it's at today. Walk the hands over to the left side, bringing the stretch deeper into the right hip. Bringing the hands center, let's uncross the ankles. If you're not at the top of your mat, go ahead and make your way there. We'll move any props, and then step left foot back with hands on the mat. Then right foot back, plank pose. You're welcome to go through a flow, exhaling through Chaturanga. If you don't want to, go straight into downward facing dog. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Lowering knees to the mat. Let's keep the toes tucked and press hips back toward the heels. So a Baktasana or extended child's pose with toes tucked. Head is relaxed, falling down toward the mat, or place a prop to support the neck. Slowly lifting, we'll untuck the toes and we'll walk the hands back so that we can sit on the heels, tops of the feet flat on the mat. Grabbing your strap, let's take it into our right hand, bring it back behind us. As we lower the hand down, our left hand will reach back to grab the other side of the strap. Let's walk the hands as close together as we can, or if you can clasp your fingers, drop your strap. So see what works. Make sure that top elbow is close to the head, bottom elbow close to the body. And slowly releasing. We'll take 3 shoulder rolls here. So inhale, shoulders up. Exhale, back and down. Inhale to lift. Exhale, back and down. Inhale, lift. Exhale, back and down. Switching sides, taking the strap into our left hand. Bring it back behind us. As we lower down, right hand reaches back to grab the other side of the strap. Let's walk the hands as close together on this side. Maybe you find this side's not as flexible. That's okay. Using your breath, breathing into your stretch. We'll slowly release. Take some shoulder rolls, inhaling to lift. Exhale, back and down. Inhale, lift. Exhale, back and down. Last one. Let's take hands behind us, interlace fingers and straighten the arms or use your strap wherever you can find straight arms without straining. We'll slowly gaze over to the left side. So over the shoulder a bit and then bring it forward. Slowly take the gaze over to the right side, chin stays parallel to the mat, and then bring it forward. So just noticing what your range of motion is here. Taking it left and forward, taking it right and forward. And then moving left, we'll hold here for 3 breaths. To take the stretch deeper, reach the knuckles down toward the earth. To relax the stretch, release the hands onto the legs. At any point, you can come out of the pose. Slowly bringing the gaze forward. Take a breath here in the center. And then gaze over to the right side. Remember, chin stays parallel to the mat here. Your option to take it deeper by reaching knuckles down toward the earth, or relaxing by bringing hands to the tops of the legs. Slowly bring the gaze center. Take a deep breath in the center. Lower left ear to left shoulder. Same options to deepen, knuckles reach toward the earth. To release a bit, hands to the legs. Last breath. Lift the head center. Take one round of breath. Lower right ear to right shoulder. To deepen, knuckles toward the earth. To relax, hands to the legs. Last breath. Bringing the head center. Let's take one full breath. Releasing the hands if you're still holding hands or strap. And then sit over to one side, swinging the legs forward. We'll find the center of our mat and slowly lower down. So your option to use hands and elbows to assist. If it's okay to use core and your spine feels good, let's lower on down, rounding the back. Once the back is flat, squeeze the right knee into the chest and straighten out the left leg. As we hold here, you can rotate through the ankle and switch directions. With our left hand, we're going to take the knee across the body. And you may stop halfway. That's a nice stretch. If you can lower down, maybe you place a block underneath the knee for support. To ease up the stretch, you can bend the bottom leg. To deepen the stretch, let's straighten the bottom leg. So again, listening into the body, tuning in, see what it needs today. Right arm will reach out to a T, palm facing up, and your option to gaze over to the right side. Slowly bringing the knee center. With our right hand, we're going to take the knee to the outside of the body. You could place a block underneath the thigh. If the knee comes a little lower, maybe the block goes underneath the knee. Just encouraging the hips to open here. Left hand can come to the left hip to make sure it stays on the mat. Just a couple more breaths, softening the muscles in the hips, the inner hips, the outer hips, even the glutes, abdominals. And we'll bring it center. Lower the foot, straighten the leg, and we'll switch to the left, squeezing left knee into the chest. Your option to rotate through the ankle. Rotate the opposite direction. Right hand will take the left knee across the body. Remember, you can stop halfway. If it feels good to lower to a block, slide it underneath the knee. And adjusting the twist with the bottom leg, bending to relax it a bit, straightening to deepen. Left arm will move out to a T, that shoulders flat on the mat. Your option to gaze over to the left. Keep breathing here, bringing oxygen to the muscles. Slowly bring it center. Left hand will take the knee to the outside of the body now. Your option to use a block or some sort of prop underneath the leg. Right hand can come to the right hip to keep it on the mat. Softening, relaxing through the hip region. Loosen up the jaw. We'll bring the knee center, lowering foot flat. Straighten the leg next to the right. And let's move any props away from us, maybe touching the body and causing distraction. If you have an eye pillow today, you can place it over the eyes. If you're feeling any tugging in the low back, feel free to bend the knees. Let the knees fall together and adjust the feet as close together as you need them to be so that the knees are supporting each other. You don't feel too much pressure there. This will allow the low back to relax, to loosen up. Our palms are facing up, so shoulders and chest are opening. And we'll work to relax all the muscles from the top of the head all the way down to the toes. Feeling the body getting heavy, sinking further into the earth with each exhale. Using your breath as an anchor. See if there's anything else you can let go of. Soften, relax. So you can get a little deeper into Shavasana. Let's begin to deepen the breath. Shift the jaw side to side. See if you can make little circles with the jaw. And we'll shift the head gently side to side, moving any eye pillows you might be using. Wiggle fingertips and toes. Take a full breath into the body. Reaching arms overhead, pointing through the toes. We'll take another deep inhale. As we exhale, relax the body. Inhale, reach fingertips to toes. Exhale to relax. Bending knees, feet flat. We'll roll over to the left side of the body using our arm as a pillow, stacking the knees. With the top arm at the hip or maybe on the mat in front of you. Let's take another breath or two here. As I come up, press the hand into the mat to assist and find an easy cross-legged pose. You can use a prop again underneath you. And sitting up tall, press shoulders back and down. Lower chin slightly so we're lengthening the back of the neck. With eyes closed, we'll bring the focus to the body and mind, noticing any differences from the beginning of our practice. If you set an intention, bring it back to mind. And thank and honor yourself for coming to the mat today. Give back to yourself. Find that balance and peace within. And slowly opening the eyes. Let's inhale to sweep arms out and up, palms touch. Exhale, lower fingertips to mat, chin to chest. Inhale to lift. Exhale, hands to heart. Namaste.